let's start with a word of prayer. Heads bowed, eyes closed. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Lord, I pray that you'd help us to do our very best on our spelling test today. Lord, we love you so much. In your name I pray, amen. Take out your creative writing books, please. You are going to start working on penmanship page number 12. Penmanship page number 12. Please, if you have something to say, make sure you raise your hand. Dear, sixth grade. I hear a lot of talking, and I should not. Yes. You already did page 12? Interesting. Okay. You guys do not have penmanship then. Take out your spelling books today for your spelling test. I will give you a few minutes. There's one thing I have to handle outside, so I want you to study. When I come in, I don't want to see you talking or communicating or out of your seat. I want to see you studying. We only had 100% yesterday, which was Tristan. Good job. Which means Tristan's the only one who has a reason not to study right now because he already got 100%. Everyone else needs to be studying, okay? All of your creative writing assignments that were given yesterday about that picture, those will be turned in. So if you think you're 100% ready for your spelling test and you did not finish that for homework, you'll have about 3 or 4 minutes right now to try to get that caught up, okay? Yes, Adam. You had a lot of time to use the restroom. All right, Gianni, I will be right back. Work on studying for your spelling test. Okay, I'm going to do the first group, the smaller group. First, those of you that are in the book list, you guys can keep studying for a little bit longer. Those of you in the regular list, just go ahead and clear off your desk. Yes, sir? Okay, getting ready to take your test right now. Clear off your desk. You're going to have to hold it. You guys have plenty of time to use the restroom when you were in between classes with Mr. Larson. Tristan, if you would like, you can get your creative writing book out, page 57 and 58. Start reading over that, okay? Yes, sir.
Is he supposed to go home now? Or
I'll tell you in a minute.
Because I talked to him, he's contacted me, but he had his backpack with him. He said he's supposed to going home, so I don't know which way.
Yeah, because he threw, I was trying to come here. This is the second issue that we've had, and I came and he was laying on the ground out there.
Outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mrs. Willis could not get him to come back in the classroom. And so I went, and he was like, I hate this school, and I don't ever want to be here ever again. And I said, okay, well, I have to go teach, so let's just pack up and go home then. Okay. And he was like,
I woke him up.
And then, like, I was getting his bag, and I'm like, oh, is there a birthday in here today? Oh, Evan's going to miss the birthday. Evan, you're going to miss the birthday, but maybe you'll change your mind. And so I just sent him to the office, and I told Teresa, I got to go teach, but I didn't have time to sit there and...
Well, I did talk to him. Let me go talk to Miss Willis and see if she'll want him back, if he can behave.
If he can behave, I think
he's fine. If
fine.
he does it again, we'll send him home. But I asked him why he did it. Yeah. He said Matthew was saying
making
things
fun
during
of
the game or something.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, it doesn't matter. I said, you'd have done better. I said, did you help your team at all when you're out here throwing a fit? And he goes, no.
Yeah.
I said, you should have helped your team, and that would have proved Matthew wrong.
Yeah. I went through the whole spiel with him too about.
I did too, but he's calm now. But I'm gonna see what she wants.
Okay.
Because they're about to go to lunch right now, anyway. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Unless you want me to send him, if you want me to.
No. I was just like, told Teresa if Mr. S can talk to him and he can get him to go back in, I'm fine with that. I just didn't have time to sit there and go through the whole process with him. So.
Yeah, she told me that I need to talk to him, and then he said, Mrs. Wilson, I gotta go home. So I said, okay, well, let me find out.
Yeah.
All right.
He might throw a fit again if he finds out he's not going home.
Tell him. I'll just use the. I said, you can get with my guy, and you can have some of that birthday tree, or something.
Yeah.
If he does, though, but they're sort of going to get them along.
Put it away, Cameron. No, not during class time, guys. You have to wait. Okay, here we go. Name and date. I'll borrow this from you, Cameron. Number 1. Yes, sir. Quickly. Number 1, culture. Culture. When you travel to another country, you will experience a different culture. Culture. Number 2, curious. Curious. The little girl was curious about what was behind the curtain. Curious. Adam, turn around, please. All the way, face forward. Number 3, dangerous. Dangerous. It is dangerous to play with fire. Dangerous. Number 4, decision. Decision. It is important to get counsel before making an important decision. Decision. Number 5, demonstrate. Demonstrate. Gianni, this is not your group yet, so make sure you're just studying still. Your test will be next, okay? Demonstrate. Number 6, denominator. Denominator. In math, you will have to find a common denominator. Number 7. Number 7, department. Department. I worked in a department store while in college. Department. Number 8, departure. Departure. We checked to see when the flight's departure was. Departure. Number 9, depth. Depth. We will never understand fully the depth of God's love. Depth. And number 10, descendant. Descendant. We are a descendant from Adam and Eve. Descendant. Descendant. Yes, sir. Number 2 was curious. Does anyone else need anything repeated? Tony? Number 2, curious. Adam, are you ready to get 100%? You know all your vocabulary? You know all the missing words? Anyone else need anything repeated? Tony? What? Number 4, decision. Decision. Okay, any other repeats? Okay, second group, go ahead and clear off your desk. Gianna, you'll need test number 5. Looks like this. Cameron, well, when you're done, you can come get this, okay? Once you turn your test in. going to do it, but thank you for offering. Tristan, go ahead and start working on that, please. Those of you that have that worksheet on your desk, you're finding simple or compound sentences. What I want you to do is I want you to find all your subjects and verbs in the sentences as well, because that'll help you to be able to identify if the sentence is simple or compound. Underline your verbs twice and your subjects one time. Yes, Tristan? I'm sorry? Yes, it's right up here. Cameron, right up here. There you go. Okay. Did everyone in the first book group, get a test? Okay, number 1, it says write the sentence as dictated. Number 1, make sure, 6th grade, that we are writing the sentence correctly. Before we start this, what does every sentence need to start with? Shout it out. A capital letter. It has to start with a capital letter. Guys, we're in 6th grade. If I see a sentence written without a capital letter, you're going to lose points. What does every sentence end with? An end mark, a period, a question mark, an exclamation point. Make sure you put the correct punctuation at the end. Okay, sentence number 1. The conifer grew quickly in the fertile soil. 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 Adam, face forward, please. The conifer grew quickly in the fertile soil. Number 2. This is our dictation section. Spell each dictated word. Number 2, suffer. Suffer. A parent never wants to see their children suffer. Suffer. Number 3, considerable. Considerable. It took a considerable amount of work to hit our goal with the fundraiser. Considerable. Considerable. Number 4, corruptible. Corruptible. The things on this earth are corruptible. Number 5, digestible. Digestible. Sometimes toddlers put things in their mouths that are not digestible. Digestible. Infer is number 6. Infer. Infer. Yes. That was number 6, infer. Number 2 is suffer. Number 3 was considerable. Number 4 was corruptible. Number 5 was digestible. And number 6 was infer. Infer. Number 7, Lucifer. 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 Cameron, in your backpack. Thank you. Lucifer. Number 8, manageable. Manageable. It is hard to have a manageable hairdo in this wind. Manageable. Number 9, monologue. 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 The speaker delivered a monologue at last night's function. Monologue. Number 10, noticeable. 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 There was a noticeable difference between last week and today. Noticeable. Number 11, monopoly. Monopoly. The businessman had a monopoly on the town businesses. Monopoly. Number 12, possible. Possible. With God, all things are possible. Number 13, monotone. Monotone. The speaker was using a monotone voice. Monotone. Number 14, remarkable. Remarkable. Yes, Cameron. You already did. If you didn't do page 12, you're doing page 12. Are you reading through 57 and 58? And then, did you already finish that paper? Okay, then don't worry about it. Did you finish the page that I gave you on your desk? And that's what you're supposed to be working on right now. Number 14, remarkable. Remarkable. What a remarkable story that was. Remarkable. Number 15, monotony. Monotony. Some of you are getting this one confused with the word monotone. This one is monotony. It has a different ending. Monotony. Number 16, reference. Reference. When you get a job, your boss will ask for a good reference for you. Reference. Meaning someone who's basically going to judge you of your character. Reference. Number 17, responsible. Responsible. If you are a responsible student, you can be trusted. Responsible. Number 18, sensible. Sensible. That was a sensible thing to do. Sensible. Number 19, referee. Referee. Number 20, terrible. Terrible. That was a terrible thing to see. Terrible. And number 21, accessible. 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 Are you finished with your page? Did you find all your subjects and verbs and underline them? Okay. Does anyone need any of those repeated? Josiah. Number 3 was considerable. Oh, the next section. Before we get there, though, does anyone need any of these repeated? Liviana? Number 18 is sensible. Sensible. Anyone else need any repeats? Okay. On the bottom there, write the definition for each vocabulary word. They give you the word, they want you to write what it means. Okay? As long as I understand that you understand the meaning of it, if it's not word for word, but I understand that you understand what it means, then I will give you credit. Okay, in section 34, vocabulary B. It says if the vocabulary word is not used correctly, write yes on the blank. If the word is used correctly, write yes on the blank. If the word is not used correctly, write no. This is identical to what I gave you on the pretest yesterday. Vocabulary C, you're filling in the missing word in the blank. I will give you a word bank for that on the board for section 5. And then section 6 says write a good sentence for the definition using the correct vocabulary word instead. So on number 34, they give you the definition, able to be changed into something else. You need to use whatever vocabulary word has that definition. You need to use that vocabulary word in a sentence, a complete sentence. Does everyone understand what we're doing on this test? Anyone have any questions? Okay, you may begin. I will have the word bank for number 5 on the board. There will be one extra word that you do not use. Yes, sir. Are you all finished, front and back? You turn it in over here on the chair. Stick them on top of those ones. Gianni, I will move this a little bit closer for you so you can see the word bank. Go ahead and start. Ariel, here comes, get your worksheet. The sentence was, the conifer grew quickly in the fertile soil. conifer grew quickly in the fertile soil. Aviana? Do I have all the tests? Anyone else still have a test out? Okay, awesome. Go ahead and take out your creative writing books. These papers that I gave you, if you got them, please take them. It's extra credit if you want to turn it in. Somehow I am one short of these. Did anyone get two when I handed you one? Oliver, Gavin, does either of you want to take one to do extra credit? Happy with your grammar grade? It's not required, it's just extra. Okay, open your creative writing books up to page 57. Today we're going to do a couple fun things, okay? More or less in the form of kind of an activity. '57 and '58 has some mind stretchers, some fun little activities that we can do to stretch our mind, get us thinking, play with some words. How many of you enjoy word games? Like, how many of you, your parents or your phone, maybe you have a word game on it? I know we have a couple where there's different like word stacks, and there's one where it's like a circle and they have to find words. Anything like that, it gets your brain thinking. Okay, so page 57, it says mind stretcher. Make a word bracket. Choose a word to become the brackets as in the example below. Fill in the words that begin and end with the right letters. You will earn a point for each letter that you use. Write your word brackets in your journal and see how many points you can earn. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of these. Go ahead and pull out a sheet of paper. Sheet of notebook paper quickly. Okay, they gave you an example there, that horse. Do you see how they did that? They have the word horse written out. And then they took it and they started with the word and wrote it backwards. Okay, so they had S, R, O, and H. And then they tried to think of a word that started. You'll notice a bracket, okay, a bracket. Usually when you see a bracket around something, it kind of encompasses it, okay? So here we have an H and we have an E, and they try to think of a word that starts with an H and ends with an E. And the larger the word you put, the more points you got. So you'll notice there that they had head, ache. Then they had orthodontist. Then they had runner. Then they had sombrero. and then they had enough. Then they counted up how many letters they had in between, and that's how they got their score. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pick a word, and y'all are going to compete. We'll see who can get the most amount of points with their word bracket, okay? So we're going to choose a word, though, and we're all going to do the same word. So one of you can raise your hand and choose a word for all of us to do. Ariel, your hand was up first. Mouse. Okay? So on your paper, you're going to write, and you can do it in print because it's a little easier to do this in print. You're going to write mouse down, and then a little ways away on the same line, you're going to write the E, S, U, O, and M. Okay? So, Cameron, you're writing mouse down your paper, and then you're writing it backwards. E, see, mouse spelled backwards. So now you got to come up with a word that starts with M and ends in E, a word that starts with O and ends in S, a word that starts with U. Ooh, this one's going to be tough. Starts with U and ends with U. Starts with S and ends with O. Starts with E and ends with M. You may begin. I will give you 5 minutes. We'll see who can come up with the most points. Raise your hand quietly. Yes, sir. That's right. Gianna, you can participate at home. It's kind of a fun little activity. We're on page number 57 in our creative writing book, Mind Stretcher, Making Word Brackets. Yes, sir. Orthodontists, plural, ends with an S. Remember, you're trying to think of larger words because the more letters you get, the more points you get. I'm going to write mine on a piece of paper so I don't give any answers away. See if I can beat you guys. If you get stuck on U, then just go to the S and the E. Yes, Cameron? Yes, you may.
Does union end with a U?
It's with an N. Union. ask me something.
We just come up with a random
I only gave Tony permission to come up to me. You guys gotta raise your hands.
like UROIO.
I can't find anything for O in this.
I can't help you. You gotta use your brain. Yes, ma'am. Excuse me.
This is too hard. This is like
That's why it's called a mind stretcher. It's making you think.
This one's spelled right.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yes, Josiah. Sixth grade, we're working quietly at our own desk, on our own. Adam, turn around, please. Make sure we are not talking. Cameron, this is your last warning.
I feel like just telling my mind instead of stretching.
This is a good one right here. Oh, that's a mouse. You're doing mouse. Oh yeah, we're both doing mouse. Oh yeah, I could do the same one. Didn't even think about that. I know, I'm stuck on those two. I can't give you one. I'm still working on it myself. Yes. No. Not during class time. You guys gotta go between class times. I have a couple. I'll give you guys 1 more minute, because I need 1 more minute.
I'm 18 points. No. Yeah, one, two, three, four, five. This is Oh! We can use some railroad. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. What's in? What's the Worry? How do you spell that? How do you? You can't copy off of the blue. Can you make up things?
Okay, 6th grade. We can't do fun things because we're not listening. We're supposed to be working quietly. If you have a question, raise your hand. Yes, Cameron. 1 more time. 1 more time.
I don't know you would.
I don't either. I can't give you any help. If you're coming up asking me for help, I'm stuck on the U word and the E word as well.
Just search up on your phone letters that start with U and end with U.
Thank you. Find a seat. Yes, Tony. Quickly. You haven't raised your hand, so no.
Can I use Espanol?
For what?
Actually, never mind.
Why would she do it?
Okay. Who got one for M? Raise your hand. Yes, sir. Moose. Okay, good. Mouse. Okay. Mice. What? More.
Can I do the O one?
Okay, I'm asking for M right now. Leanna, what'd you get for M?
I got mouse.
Mouse. Okay. Count up how many letters that was in between. I will tell you what word I got. I think I beat you guys out on the first one. I put medicine.
Oh, I did mayonnaise.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Okay.
That's 2 for us.
Who got one for O? Gavin? Owls. Okay, good. Cameron? Orthodontist. I wonder where you got that one from. Yes?
It's totally not
Same with Cameron, orthodontist? Onion, good. I like some of you that chose ones that were different from here because that means you're doing the activity. We're supposed to be stretching our mind.
Octopus.
Octopus, good. I put orthopedics. So count how many letters in between your letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did anyone get a U word that ended with a U?
I got one.
I think if anyone really got this U word, they should win automatically. What did you put?
I put,
No.
I put, no.
Not a word. All right. Yes. No, it's got to be a real word. Okay, so I don't think there really was one that could go there. There might be some word we don't know about in the English language, but okay, how about S ending with O? I know we could have easily put the same one, sombrero, but once again, we're trying to stretch our brain. So did anyone put a different word than sombrero? Yes. Solo. That's what actually exactly what I put. I put solo. So only 2 letters, or 2 points. But a good word. Yes. What'd you put?
I spelled it wrong, but psychiatrist though.
Psychiatrist does not start with an S, starts with a P, and it doesn't end with an O. Anyone else get an S-O word here? Somber ends with a R.
No.
All right, how about this E-M? Did anyone get an E word that ended with an M? Emblem. Good job. I'm going to write that in mine, but I did not get that, so I'm not going to give myself points. Did anyone else put any other word? Gavin, excellent thinking. Good job. I did not even think of emblem. I was thinking. I couldn't come up with one. Good job. All right, now tally up how many actual points you got. Now, if it wasn't a word that actually fit, do not give yourself credit. Okay, count up how many points you actually got for a real word that you put in, okay? I got 17 points. Anyone get more than 10 points? Okay, anyone get more than 15 points? Emmeline, how many points did you get? 26? What were your words? Josiah, find a seat. Gavin, find a seat. Emmeline, bring me your paper.
I got 25.
Bring me your paper.
See? She got 25. 25?
You got 20.
Oh, you don't count
Did you come up with that one on your own, or did you write it in when I said it? You wrote that on your own?
Wait, those don't count?
And you wrote that one on your own? And that one? Before we wrote them on the board and said them?
That's 25, look.
You don't count these ones. Or these ones. You only count the ones in between. All right, good job. So I think our winners were Cameron and Emmeline. Good job, guys. All right, now we've all seen acrostics before. Have you guys done an acrostic before? An acrostic. Look at the second box there. Mind stretchers make acrostics. You guys see that there? We've all done those before, so we're going to skip over that, okay? The most common acrostic maybe you've seen before is the acrostic J-O-Y. Do you guys know what this acrostic stands for? What does this one stand for? Jesus, others, and then you. The way you can have joy in your life is if you put Jesus first, others second, and then yourself last, okay? If you reverse that, that's how you get a lack of joy. If you're always concerned about me, you're going to not have very much joy with that, okay? So Jesus, others, you. That is an example of an acrostic. You make a word this way, and you come up with the words this way. And we were going to do the next page, and it was going to be a lot of fun, but we are going to stop there today. Heads bowed, eyes closed. Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Lord, thank you for all of your blessings. Lord, bless this food to our bodies. Lord, help us to have a good weekend. Keep these students safe and healthy. In your name I pray. Amen. I'd like to see Adam and Cameron at my desk, please. Girls, you may go get your lunches. Immediately, Cameron. Immediately. To my desk, immediately.
Will that story about
Gavin, find a seat.
the pictures? Do we keep
Yes, I'm so sorry. 6th grade, listen. What was your homework last night? What were you supposed to finish? There was one thing I gave you. What